when I see people from different countries, then I'm always friendly. Then I explain about my life story. If they have interest, then they come close to me, do holiday together. In Europe, she have a lot of stress, so she's really happy to enjoy life with me. We have to go to the beach to be friendly with different people, then we get part of living. With no money, no food. So I prefer to do like that so that I can get money.
Ali is one of a small group in Kenya who are known as beach boys. They are all handsome young African men who often keep older European women company.
I was 20 years, and he was a lady from Germany. The name is Diana. This is like a present. She is 75 years old. She told me that he look for Kenyan men to do just holiday together. We do sex in midnight, morning hours. Then he gave me money, then I spend with my family at home.
For many, making a living on the beach is perfectly normal. It's almost impossible to find any other job around here.
I have my Kenyan wife. She knows about Diana, and she's not, jealous with Diana. And she's happy because they send me money, then I spend with my wife at home. Every month, she sends me 300 euros, and I solve my problem. For my kids, for sisters, I pay to school, food.
Ali admits that without the money, his family would have struggled to survive. He's gone to bed on an empty stomach more than once after coming back from the beach without having made a penny, and with little hope for a brighter future.
So we are living on this local village, and our village, there is no any industry. So our industry, it's like on the beach.
Dozens of young men come here each day. It's like a regular job. Salty waves and pretty girls their own age don't seem to interest them at all.
I know I don't really want us to be thinking about money or problems. Put a drink in our hand, put our feet in the sand. That's all I've ever really wanted. I'ma show you the world through a brand new lens. Stop the party when the party ends. I'm not really trying to go nowhere in a hurry.
It's no surprise that older men go to Africa seeking physical relationships with younger girls. It's less well known that young African males are popular too, especially with European women over 50.
I don't really care where we go from here. We're young, wild and free, and we got no worries. No worries, no worries. Yeah, we got no worries. No worries, no worries.
But this pastime, even if you look past the moral issues, has one major drawback. The local guys render themselves obsolete quite quickly, not to mention the emotional burnout.
It's not easy, because they want to spend just So now, even if I get another one, no more. Now, just what I have, it's enough.
Of course, think Kenya, think safari. The country is famous for its national parks and rich wildlife. Seeing Africa's Big Five, the rhino, lion, elephant, buffalo and leopard, is the dream of every tourist who visits. But not everyone limits themselves to contemplating nature. After an exciting safari, some go on their own hunt for other thrills and even fleeting relationships with young Kenyans, even if they are often underage.
3 years ago, I met a lady from Germany. I was 16 years old. she came and sat next to me. So I asked her, what's your name? She said her name was Alice. She was 58 years old. We sat together, talking about my family, how I earn for a living. So she said, okay, it will be hard to understand me, but you have to. You said that you are 16 years and I'm 58. What about if I'll be your girlfriend? I don't understand what she needs, but one day she told me, hey, Juba, I need sex with you. You're a small boy. Okay, you're a small boy, but you are very strong. Then she asked me, what do you want to earn and a living while I will be back to Germany? I said, maybe you can buy me a motorcycle.
Initially, a lot of people thought it was just about girls and women that were being sexually exploited. But we are increasingly seeing young boys and men being sexually engaged with tourists, with business communities. High levels of poverty, high levels of unemployment are pushing more and more young people, both boys and girls, into sexual exploitation.
The majority of people here rely on casual work. Poverty is number one in this area. So generally, it is a very vulnerable slum in the country called Kenya. I was born and raised from this place. So I grew seeing the problems that my parents, my siblings, and myself were going through.
Leah Ngalobo is a director at the Legacy Education Centre. She's worked here since 2012 and dreams of changing the world around her for the better.
These are people that will only see good life on televisions that they do not even own. You want to become rich early, and your parents cannot afford to take you to that level. So what do you think about next? You think, let's get an easy money. And how do you get that easy money? You will go to the coastal, you become a beach boy, you get an old muzungu.
In Kenya, white people are known as mzungu, and lighter skin tends to suggest that you have a lot of money. That's an unshakable belief in these parts.
Poverty is the biggest contributor of this because they're coming from the poor background. There's need of informing these boys there are other ways, there are other sources of getting resources or other money than targeting old women or other foreigners from other countries. You are growing older. As time goes by, you grow old. So you are no longer in the market.
So hello, my name is Leontina. I'm from Germany. I'm 32 years old. I don't have problems with my age.
Leontina is a volunteer at the Bring Life organization. She's been in Africa for several months. After quitting her job as an IT consultant, she bought a one-way ticket without really knowing quite where she was going. She had just one goal: to change her life.
Yeah, it was all great. Living day for day, work your hours, eat, and then you go to sleep again. Yes, and then I just wanted to say, I said to myself now, I need a change. And so therefore I said, no, I quit my, my flat and my job and wanted to be free and yeah, see the world. I just wanted to see something very new for me. And I decided to go to Kenya. So the reason also I wanted to go to Africa is because it's just a different world for us. I wanted to see the real life, not just the tourist side of Kenya, how the people are living here, how they survive, how they deal with the poverty. I'm here at a Dennis organization, Bring New Life, and I work here, or I support them with their school missionary work. So I bring those kids some small color sheets, so they can learn to draw.
Наш проект называется «Принеси жизнь». В английском варианте «Bring Life». Еще известный как «Bring Life Mission». У него долгая история, на самом деле, и началось оно еще с 2013 года, когда я, скажем, приехал в Африку менять мир. Так я наивно надеялся, что что-то от меня может произойти. И я стал просто помогать, чем мог для начала. То есть стали проводить обеды, бесплатные для них какие-то продукты покупать, какие-то там школьные принадлежности, что нужно. То есть, очень помогал как мог.
I saw all their work, and there are many Russians here. They do a lot of great things here.
Кстати, этот малыш умирал у нас весной. В апреле мы его спасли. Он уже совсем был плохой.
With the help of Denis Laptyekin and his comrades, schools are built in more remote areas of Kenya and provide children from nearby settlements with regular classes.
Образование – это очень важный элемент для развития детей, для общества. И если его нету, достойного образования, то естественно, люди идут и пытаются заработать любыми доступными методами. Сейчас у нас, получается, 2 школы. Одна школа находится в Фурунде, где изначально все начиналось. И в этом году мы построили еще 2-ю школу в другой части города, то есть называется Муангаза. Образование реально меняет будущее и дает эту путевку в хорошее будущее.
So it is empowering the young people with the right skills that they can be able to use to be able to get jobs that do not necessarily have to do with their exploitation of their bodies.
Я не забуду, когда на начальном этапе я учил детей делать воздушный самолетик. Обычно у нас это занимает несколько минут. Так вот, я пытался научить детей в возрасте, наверное, где-то от 7 до 12 лет делать самолетик около 4 часов. Для них это было сложно, потому что дети, которые вырастают в условиях, где ничего нету, где просто голые стены, эта мазанка, земляной пол, нету ни садика, ни школы, где их могут как-то обучать, их мозг просто не может правильно мыслить. И когда мы начали заниматься с детьми, они уже делали все просто быстро, легко. И когда приходили новые дети в нашу школу, то те, даже старше их по возрасту, они не могли повторить то, что делали наши.
Вот такая вот красота.
День в Кении у всех начинается рано. Я могу уже в 8 утра прыгать на мотоцикл. Ехать закупать продукты, наши кормления ежедневные, потом ехать в школу, разгружать, смотреть, чтобы были дрова, чтобы была вода, параллельно смотреть, чтобы был учебный процесс, чтобы никто никуда не исчез. Если есть наши какие-то волонтеры, которые приезжают, чтобы у них было все необходимое, какие-то принадлежности, пазлы, игрушки. Иногда мы можем устроить еще планерку в промежутках между этим.
fact that children don't just get an education, but food too is a key factor for many families in deciding whether to send them to school. It's not always possible to give the children meat. The food basket for students in the outskirts of Malindi is quite modest. Everything is stewed in huge bowls, so there's enough for everyone. Teachers and volunteers cook together.
Помимо учебы мы проводим ежедневное кормление в нашей школе. Это обеды, бесплатные обеды. Поскольку многие дети приходят голодные, то есть и дома они не всегда могут поесть. Иногда даже это единственный прием пищи у них в нашей школе. Поэтому это у нас обязательное явление. В час дня у нас всегда начинаются обеды.
More than 200 million people in Africa are starving. The UN predicts that this number will only rise. This particular region has been worn down by 3 consecutive years of drought. Famine is what caused every second death of a child. These meals are a huge support for the children.
Я где бы ни был, меня всегда окружали дети. Бездомные дети, сироты, разные, грязные. То есть я не всегда знал, с домом они или без, но то, как они выглядели, оно было не всегда идеально. Это отзывалось в моем сердце, хотя я никогда не планировал заниматься социальной частью именно детьми, в частности, да. И в Малинде я приехал просто увидеть океан. Я ничего не планировал здесь открывать.
Denise says he was prompted to start the mission here in particular by what happened on the beach, where he was offered sexual favors from young women, men, and even children.
Говорит, может, вам нужен ребенок, какого возраста? Я был шокирован этой информацией, потому что я в жизни вообще не сталкивался с этим, и для меня это было что-то просто вопиющее. Когда я потом после разговора с ней задал вопрос местным, мне сказали, да, тут это такое явление происходит, и здесь многие приезжают как раз вот в поисках. Я был шокирован.
A large population that lacks education results in unemployment and poverty. All factors that force young men and women into the sex trade. But mostly it's the many Mzungu who come in search of exotic experiences, who push young people into selling themselves.
Mainly tourists come here to enjoy the beach, sun and sand. But in addition to that, some do come here also to find sex, which is available and which is fairly cheap for them. And predominantly they'll come older persons. If you go to the beach, even right now, to that beach right now, you'll find a much elderly lady walking around with a much younger man. They are drivers of sex tourism. A lot of communities within the coastal region do not frown upon such occasions where there's a younger person seeking an older tourist for sex. Indeed, it's celebrated, when that happens. If there's a young man who is able to get an elderly lady to be their girlfriend, all other young men admire them, and the community around considers that a gain for them.
They believe that somebody coming as a tourist is carrying, dollars and a lot of money. So, as I said, it's seen as an easy way out of poverty.
My name is Abdallah Suleiman. I'm 18 years old. I make bangles and necklaces using beads and sell to people so that I can get something to cater my life. I started to make bangles and necklaces when I was 9 years old and I was still in primary school. I used to make them and go to the beach and start to sell to the Europeans, the foreigners. And during that time, I met an old woman. She was called Louise from Switzerland. She was 52 years old and I was 9 years old. I interacted with that woman. She was my best friend and she lastly wanted to know about my background and also the culture from the village. At that time, we were living in a small house. It's a hut, a poor house. And she promised me to build for me a house and other things, which she promised. And she also lastly told me that she loved me. At that time when we stayed in our room, I with her, she removed my clothes and also removed her clothes. She forced me to have sex with her, but I couldn't do that. She was eager to do that, but to me, it was too hard. I refused.
And I wouldn't understand why someone of 40, 50 plus years will reach out to a little child to engage in sex, because it's exploitative from the word go. However, it is happening. And with all the laws around, still some brave fellas or some stupid fellas still find it an opportunity to come and engage in sexual exploitation of children. That's why we fight it.
And we stayed as lovers 2 years. During that period, we didn't have sex, but we had deep kissing, touching, until when she moved and went back to Swiss. Also, she fulfilled the promise of building a house. She built for me a house, not that expensive, but good.
For instance, I know if you are in a European country and you dared touch an underage, you'll be in deep, deep trouble. Perhaps the makeup is such that, well, this African country probably has less stringent laws. Let's just go and have fun, and this is our opportunity to do it.
Kids, they just run to you and they hug you and they love you right from the beginning. And also on my first day in school, they were just running. They were so happy to see me. They all wanted to give me a high five. They have so much love, so much joy, and they show this love and they don't hide it. And also beside of lessons, we do a lot of activities with the kids. Today we went also to the field and did some competition with the kids, and they're very lucky that they have a very, very big field, so they feel free to run and have fun and just being kids. This is very, very interesting to see, to combine all these lessons and also to be free to go to them with the field and just having some games with them.
Ты видишь, как они улыбаются, как вроде все хорошо, но ты не знаешь, что происходит у них дома. Они не сами идут продаваться, но часто их продают. На это их могут подталкивать и их родственники. То есть вот такие случаи у нас происходят. Четко сказать, что конкретно есть такие-то дети, которых мы прям за руку остановили, нет. И это печальная сторона, когда вот ты не можешь везде всем помочь и все вхватить, но хотелось бы, насколько можно. И еще это зависит и от спроса тех же самых белых людей, да, то есть и уже как на них влиять, у меня нету пока предположений.
For tourists who visit exotic countries seeking romance, Kenya is a reliable and proven destination. It's a trip that always lives up to expectations, no matter how brazen they might be.
So what happens is that Kenya being a popular tourist destination, the practice of sexual exploitation of children in travel and tourism is quite common, especially along the coast region. The problem is pretty huge because children are being subjected to sexual abuse and exploitation at a very young age.
My name is Ali. I'm 16 years old. I was 9 years old, and she was from Germany, Lisa. When we met, we started hugging each other, kissing each other. I think she noticed that I was afraid. Then she did not ask me to sex with her. She failed to tell me, but she liked it, yeah. And I did it. Those things were new to me because I didn't have that. She wanted even more than that, but I couldn't because I was too young. I was afraid to have sex with her.
I have no words, and I truly don't believe this. Yes, if men go to this place to get some young flesh, I believe it. But for women, I can't believe the story.
Whoever would like to dance, please come here and show your talent. Please.
Hey.